Hi everyone. I hope you're staying warm and cozy on this cold, rainy day. At least it's cold and rainy here. Um, I just wanted to do a short video about why I am writing more and why I hope it's something that everyone in the world will start picking back up. I know it's not as fast or convenient as emails or even typewriters, really. I don't think anyone still uses those. But over the past several decades, we've definitely gotten to the point where writing has become less and less of a thing that people do. So I recently came across some letters that my grandmother had written. And just to kind of put this into context, recently, so there were 4 children in that family, and my dad is the last surviving child. His brother and sister died recently, and his other brother died several years ago. His father died when he was really young, 6 or 7, and his mother died when I was 16, my grandmother. And I didn't really ever get to know her. She had Alzheimer's, and by the time I was getting to an age where I could actually form a more serious relationship, she was already having a lot of problems. And it wasn't really possible, unfortunately, which is a shame because everything that I've heard about her, I think we would have really gotten along well. I think we had a lot in common. But I was lucky enough to come across, and I have them here, I have a lot of special things here in this box, but I came across letters that she had written to her daughter. And so I was reading through these letters and realizing how much I was kind of getting to know my grandmother through these letters that she wrote. Her daughter lived out of country during this time, and so she was writing a lot of information about things going on in her life. She was remarried at that point. I had never met her second husband. I think they got divorced at some point, and then he died when I was just a baby. So there's a lot there that I'm learning about her and her life and her views. And I just realized how much I cherish these things, these old photographs, these old letters, and also because apparently Alzheimer's does run in our family, handwriting is supposed to be good. I mean, obviously my grandmother got it. She also was in a bad car wreck and was hit on the head really hard. And at least what the doctors at the time said was that after you experience like head trauma like that it can bring that on. Maybe she was going to get it anyway, but maybe it came on sooner because of that head trauma. I mean, they don't know enough about these things to know what causes it, why people get it. I mean, prevention is just try and be healthy, try and do good brain things, try and eat right, But some people who do that, they still end up with it. And some people who don't do that don't end up with it. So, everything, you have to take it all with a grain of salt, but it does seem to run in our family to a certain extent. And as I look for things to do that are good for the brain, I did come across a study that said that writing by hand instead of typing, this is from Psychology Today, deepens content processing and supports emotional health. Regularly practicing handwriting may improve brain structure and function. While slower than digital, writing by hand daily may help fight cognitive decline. So there's also that reason that I want to write things by hand too. But also I started thinking about it as I read through these letters and thinking, I don't know, since the digital age is fairly new still, are people gonna look through emails and, find those special emails and find things like this and say, oh, you know what, I really enjoyed reading through my parents or my grandparents' emails. I don't know if that's gonna be a thing, This is something all through history that people have done, even going back to old times when we try and find things out about people who used to live a long time ago. We learn a lot from their letters. So I am starting to try and write more. And one of the things that I am trying to do, I started this a little while ago without even really thinking about it, but now I want to expand on it, is I write letters to my son and my husband. Now, I started this several years ago when I actually ended up really sick, and I thought, what if something happens to me? And I just wrote these letters that were kind of stream of consciousness, like, love letters / goodbye letters. And I tucked them down into the filing cabinet, and I thought, well, if something happens to me, I've said goodbye. Ended up being okay. Have some problems, but I'm all right. But I thought, what if I started writing letters whenever my son has an achievement, or whenever something happens that I want to tell him. And he's a teenager now, and it's difficult. I try and tell him these things, and hopefully he's internalizing it, but I don't know. He's a teenager, so he acts like so I think, well, wouldn't it be nice to just kind of like make this a memory that he can look back on if I write letters to him? And I'm not going to give it to him now, but I'm going to put them in a box, and I'm just going to have this box full of letters. And I don't know, maybe something he doesn't even see until I do pass, but then he'll have this box of letters that I've written to him about just days that I have, thoughts that I want to tell him, days that he does achieve something and I want to tell him how proud I am of him, just sometimes to mark some special event. So that's one way that I'm going to start writing, and I've already started, but I'm going to get more boxes like this. Well, probably just need one. I don't know. These hold a lot. These are just boxes that I get at Michael's. They're photo boxes. I don't know if they still sell them. I had purchased a whole bunch when they were on sale before, but I really love these boxes. I store all kinds of photos, letters, and things like that in them. And I also have letters that my mom wrote to me, just little letters here and there that she wrote and left for me, and those are really special too. So I guess I'm trying to say I would love to see the world start writing again, and I think this is one way that we can start, especially if you don't want to send letters. But I will say in that too that I think we should start sending letters again, because I know when I get a handwritten letter in the mail, which is really rare now, but when I do, it is always extremely special. I open it, I enjoy reading it. It's so much better than most of the junk that I get in the mail. And that's another thing, thinking about my email and thinking about what if somebody fishes through my email after I'm gone. It's mostly garbage, and I have completely lost control. I don't know how your mailboxes are, but my email boxes, because I have more than one email, it's like I get on all these lists somehow, and I just do not have the time to go and unsubscribe and get rid of all these things. So mostly it's going to be garbage. It mostly is garbage now. I already have to sift through to try and find the important things. But that's what I'm trying to do. I am trying to write more for my own health. I'm journaling again. And I realize that's something too. Everyone has these AI friends and all of that, because we're all in this loneliness epidemic, they're calling it. But for me, I find that when I journal, my journal might sound weird, but it almost takes on a personality, because I write to it like it's a person. And I feel like that is extremely helpful to me, to get out my thoughts, get out my feelings. And what is it? It's the cost of a journal, a pen, and some ink. And I feel like it's a very healthy way to express those feelings, express those thoughts. And I know when I'm feeling bad or when I'm feeling good, I think, oh yeah, I need to write in my journal. So I just think it's something the world should pick up again. And what do you think about it? For me, I really started thinking about it with all of these letters and things that I find so special. So let me know your thoughts on it. Is this something, do you write? Do you write letters? Do you send cards? What is everybody else doing? Because I would really love to know. I'm not really sure what other people think on this topic. Anyway, hope you have a great day. Bye.